Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Bryce Talk Show, and this time it's the Season 4 finale, Season 4 Episode 16, and today we're going to make this last episode of the finale a pretty good one. We got a lot of stuff to cover today, so keep your hats up and running because we've got a lot to discuss. So today we're going to talk, it's Wednesday, it's 4 more days to Super Bowl, well, as the time I'm recording this, because I may publish it another time. We're going to talk my thoughts and what I think would go on, and we're all going to talk about a few weeks ago, Dad and I threw one crazy party when Grandma was in Florida, so I want to talk about that because that was a lot of fun. I also want to get into the UMG versus TikTok, because that's another crazy thing that is going on because, the muting of tracks and stuff like that. And anything else that I may want to discuss here in this episode. So without further ado, thanks for listening, and we'll start the episode right now. So I want to talk, because today is Wednesday, at the time I'm recording this, we're talking 4 days into Super Bowl 58. We're talking the 49ers and Kansas. Now, Kansas, on the other hand, had already won against Philadelphia Eagles last year. They'd already won, and they're getting another shot at a Super Bowl win. Now, I was hoping maybe, we'd have the Lions have someone else like the Lions play, because they hadn't ever been in a Super Bowl. They made it this far to the playoff. They've done pretty good the last few weeks. And then after that, what happened? So they lost to San Francisco, and now they are going to play against Kansas City. Now, I'm hopefully that Kansas will go all out and beat them. Much as Kansas City pretty good team, I just think. First of all, it's scripted. First of all, and they had their fair share last year. And of course we got Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce and that whole thing. Speaking of her, she's actually going in her tour in Japan and then going to Las Vegas, which will be one crazy little. She'll be all out going from Japan, then the Super Bowl. So, yeah. And then they're saying if they win, Travis and Taylor get a ring, and I'm sure they'll probably propose. Who knows? It's gonna be crazy, interesting times for football, especially when you have someone getting a big pop icon right now, Taylor Swift. So, so that's gonna look to be really interesting if we can see what happens there. You also got Usher in the halftime show. That'll be dope. What I think would happen, I think Kansas City would try their hardest to try to get their win for the second time. And this is kind of like a rematch of the 2020 Super Bowl, the Super Bowl 54 in 2020, when they played Kansas and the 49ers back in 2020. Now, hopefully I'll be able to watch it. Well, no, I'll be forced to leave because, with my parents and how controlling they are. And I'll have to go to church on Sunday night, and, they'll force me into that stuff, and I can't even enjoy the only day of the year where the best game is on, unless I can stay and do a Super Bowl party with Dad and Grandma like I did last year. Well, that was pretty good there. But anyway, so yeah, things are looking interesting there for the football world, and it'll be interesting to see what happens come Sunday, because we're talking Vince Lombardi, we're talking last day of NFL football, so I think it'll be really, 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 really interesting. So, now that I got that out of the way, I will also want to say, I said that Kansas, I think, and I think San Francisco will try their best because they want to win this trophy just as much. I think it means much to them to try to beat someone who just who lost to them in 2020. And so I think that's what it'll be, some kind of a showdown between the two. Now, next I want to discuss this crazy old party Dad and I threw. Not my stepdad, who cares about him anyway, but anyway, I threw a party with my real father. So Grandma was in Florida and I was at her house about 2 weeks ago, and just us two hanging out, and yeah, we had the idea. We'll bring my subwoofer, Pile speaker subwoofer downstairs, and I've done it before, but we made it even more crazy this time. I brought my subwoofer with 2 subs. It has 2 subwoofers, and I brought that down. We got that brought down so we can play. Of course, when I'm upstairs, I put my subwoofer that has 3 subwoofers on and put them and match them together. I got my Pile speaker down there, but really, the party really didn't start till after dinner because we turned the lights off and we made it a club scene. We made it like a nightclub. We wanted to make it like a nightclub because the parents that I have that are controlling, if I can't go out and party, I might as well make the house into a club, and we'll go and make this place hot. So what we did, we kind of pre-party, I say, because we started rocking the music at least around 4:25, 4:30. Wouldn't until about 7 o'clock, sometime around there. After dinner, we were just chilling and lights were out. Because the speaker I have has some lighting on the top of it, which makes it pretty cool. Makes it the type of party scene, club scene that we want. And, we doing dancing, there drinks. I got oatmeal pies, and I got, we just hang out and do all this stuff. Now, we playing all kinds of music from hip-hop, R&B, to rock and roll, and everything in between. And we showed them how to do it. We were rocking out, dancing for about an hour and a half, bouncing, rested up because I needed to get a drink, and then I needed to get snacks, and then I decided, we're gonna keep the party going. I'm gonna go downstairs and go bowling and play my slot machine. Well, my Deal or No Deal machine is having its problems. The monitor isn't working ever since Christmas Eve when they turned it off so the little kids wouldn't screw around with it. The machine, had still having problems with the monitor, which is pissing everybody off, pissing me off, and then because none of us can get it to work. So that's perfect, right? So the monitor isn't working, but I do have my old Monte Carlo, and I did play basketball. And I said, we'll keep the stereo blaring, and we can still hear that all the way downstairs. So, we do all this stuff, and we're downstairs for at least an hour and a half. And we're down there for an hour and a half, and we're just rocking. We're doing all this great stuff. And then we go upstairs and still continue rocking out. Party didn't end until close to midnight, let me tell you. Even after we stopped the music, we were still going crazy. I was flying the helicopters and the UFOs. I had to stop the music because it was kind of hard to tell when I was flying the helicopters because you couldn't really hear the engine running because, you want to make sure that it's flying and you want to push the button before it starts crashing. That's when I kind of wanted to stop the music, but we were still going crazy with the flying stuff around the house, and it was just one hell of a party. And then on Sunday, it was kind of funny because Sunday, we were up around 10 o'clock in the morning. I said, Jesus Christ, it's 10 o'clock on Sunday, and we're over there, and it's pretty late. So Dad goes in there and uses the bathroom, and I'm getting up, and I'm looking on my phone to just see what time it was, and they're near 10 o'clock, and I'm like, wow. So then I get up, and we always think, we were thinking about what was going on here. It's been 10 o'clock, and we're up, and we were thinking about it. Dad was tired as he could ever be. He had a headache and everything. I kind of got tired, but, I was stretching and yawning, but I was fine. I guess when you're in your 40s, you can't really do stuff like that because you get headaches and tired, and that's what I don't want to do that. But yeah, I mean, we tore the house up. We tore the house up. We tore that house up, man. And that's what we ended to do. We knew Grandma was there. She'd probably be like, no, you guys ain't, because she'd be in bed by 8:30 or 9 o'clock. And she would hear all that stuff going on. And there's no way that she would have us continue doing that in the house when she was there. So, and we wanted to see if anybody else wanted to come and hang out, but nobody else wanted to rock with us, so that's what we just did. And so it was one crazy night, and then the day next to recuperate from one crazy party rocking guys like us. So, but anyway. And we got some cool pictures. We got a picture and a video of what was going on, and just a little bit of, not everything, but just to give you a little idea what it was like, and it was pretty cool there too. Now, there's also something I want to discuss regarding UMG and TikTok. So, the beginning of this month, actually it started Wednesday, I was scrolling through TikTok, and a lot of people were talking about something, that was going on around TikTok regarding Universal Music and TikTok. So what happened was, a lot of the big popular artists on TikTok from Universal, have their music up on TikTok. Well, they did. However, they couldn't agree on renewing said license. So, on the beginning of the month, not only did they have to pull the music out of the catalog, but they also muted any of the videos using any popular artist or known artist on. It didn't have to be popular, it could be a small, but a lot of big artists are through there. But anyone used just with that label UMG. So if you had a song that had music, let's say, they had a lot of artists that they pulled out. For talking Taylor Swift, Drake, Enrique Iglesias. You got Coldplay. I assume the Black Eyed Peas, because I had done a mashup of Calvin Harris and Summer, and I put I Got a Feeling over top of it. It was through that song. And that was also taken down. I think Doechii is also another one, in Kodak Black, because I did this song, What It Is Block Boy, and No BS by Chris Brown, which is what the title's called, featuring Kevin McCall, such a classic tune from like 2010. And that video is also muted. Of course, there's still going to be music on TikTok, just not by that record label. And I'm surprised that my AI cover of Headlines by Drake, sung by Eric Cartman, wasn't muted, because that was sung by Drake. And if you haven't heard that song, go listen to it there. But I also have it up on this YouTube channel, the full song sung by Eric Cartman. But it was pretty interesting what's been going on with them, and it just shows you you're working with a record label, you probably don't even own your music. But it would also hurt for those small artists, but definitely would hurt TikTok, because as a whole, a lot of the big popular artists go there, and I think that would also influences iHeartMedia and all this. Why do you think a lot of the things they play on the radio, a lot of the stuff is from TikTok? A lot of it is. You think about your top 40 nowadays in 2023, 2024. Actually, it started at least before then. A lot of the stuff they ran from TikTok. Look at Most Requested Live. They have the TikTok For You mix. And, TikTok Radio on Sirius XM. Well, that's their own channel. But anyway, a lot of stuff going on through there with Universal. Luckily for me, there wasn't a lot of mutings, for my page because of that. And hopefully you guys, when you found out, you downloaded your videos in time before that, so that we could share them everywhere else. Because by now your videos are pretty much muted, and they won't have any audio for you, so you can't really listen to that while watching the video. One reason why they couldn't agree on licenses because of protection against stuff like AI, music, on TikTok and all this stuff. That's one big reason why this agreement wasn't made between Universal and TikTok. So that in itself is one reason why they could not agree on to renew their license. So as a result, all the songs that were recorded under the Universal Music Group were pulled off of TikTok, and any song or any video using any song from anyone under UMG is muted, and you can't use there will be no way to use that on the app as of now because of such thing. So kind of crazy world out there on TikTok, yo. So and lastly, I want to thank those who subscribed. This channel has been doing pretty good. We've been rocking this channel since, we're actually talking 7 years and 2 months. I've been rocking this. So, and this channel has been doing pretty good. I mean, of course, there are times where it isn't so good, but, when it comes to viewership and engagement and everything. But, on top of that, everything else, we got pretty good stuff here. So thanks for at least 410 subscribers. And for enjoying most of my other content. And, we hope to at least get 500 by sometime this year, spring, summer. At least I want to get there by the time summer, or at least before the end of the year. I don't want to be stuck for around 400. So if y'all like this stuff, by all means, share this stuff around. This is why I say if you like these videos or anything I do in particular, just don't hesitate to share those around, because they are pretty good. They're things that I would say I'd be proud of making. With that being said, this is the end of this video and season 4, and I hope you enjoyed this main season. And if you enjoyed that, like I said, subscribe to this channel and share it like I just said, and stay tuned because I got a lot more great stuff coming to you. And of course, the new season 5 of this show, and more recordings of radio, and just plenty of more wonderful stuff that this channel has to offer. So, subscribe, share, like, favorite. You know what to do. And follow me on my other places like TikTok at BBBelcher3, and I got a lot of great stuff through TikTok. So if you like what I do here on YouTube, why don't you look at TikTok, because there's a lot of great stuff there. Anyway, this has been the Bryce Talk Show. Enjoy this episode. Peace.